So today's video, or the next video rather, is going to be about assessment. I've already got through all of these things, my learning targets, my differentiation plan support, and now I'm on to my formative assessment. Now, I want to direct your attention to page 53 of the lesson plan template. And these are formative assessments that can be given at any time throughout the lesson or at any point in a lesson. So repeating pre-assessment used at the beginning of a lesson is another way to determine what students have learned. So you can give like a pre-test and a post-test to see if the objectives that you've met are work. Now, I'm going to go through, I'm just going to do a formative assessment, and it's going to be the conversation that I had in the video that I did. So it's going to be discussions. So I'm going to put discussions here. And so I'm going to copy this, or you could even write the word discussions, but that is a formative assessment. So I'm going to go back to my formative assessment, and I'm going to put discussions. Okay, didn't work. Okay, and then I'm going to even give an example, right? Because even if we look at the sample lesson plans towards the very back, your formative assessments, they kind of have an explanation, right, as to what, like, at what point are you going to do that. So for mine, I'm going to put discussions, and then I'm going to put prior to reading the story, I am going to have a class discussion about uses, about the various uses of an apple tree. Students will have a visual card or picture. Students will see a picture card and then discuss the use of the item that comes from, let's see, prior to reading the story, I'm going to have class discussion about the various uses of an apple tree. Students will see a picture of a card that shows parts of an apple tree. I'm going to put trunk, branches, apples, stump, and then discuss the use of the item, discuss how that item can be used. I will record this on an anchor chart. Okay, so that's exactly what I did in my first lesson, or the lesson video. Now, after they did that activity, right? So after they did that activity, I'm going to continue to do different formative assessments throughout. Now, if you look again, and I wanted to stress this, if you look at the beginning, my central focus is sequencing. So I am going to have them show me the different ways. So I am, so for example, when I'm reading, I might say, okay, that happened first. So I might have them show me the number 1 and then make a motion of somehow of what it was. So in the story, the first thing that happened was this. Okay, again, go back to page 54. Okay, you can use any of these. And you all, I've said this to a couple people, but these are here for a reason. You do not have to invent the wheel or reinvent the wheel rather. There's some really cool things like credit cards. You're given an index card and you have to write the objective. And if the objective was met, they could rewrite the lesson target and whether it was met, right? So you would get credit if you participate. Cubing, daily dozen, right? So demonstration, doodles. Okay, there's lots of things that you could do. Now, I am going to do hand signals. Okay, so hand signals. So I'm going to copy that where it says hand signals. It's not copying. So I'm going to just go back and I'm going to do under my formative assessment 1 or 2 rather. I'm going to do hand signals. As I read the lesson, I am going to stop at the various points of the story that I want students to as I read the lesson, I'm going to stop at various points of the story that I want students to be able to sequence after the story is finished. They will hold up the number of fingers that represents when that event occurred. For example, the first thing that happened, kids would hold up a number 1. And that's all you have to do for the formative assessments. You just